Welcome everyone, cheers to Samsung for sending me the S23 Ultra 1 week early. I'm not on their payroll if you're wondering. If you look at my setup, you'll understand why very quickly. Now if you go to the Samsung's website, this is the best place to buy because they gave me 512 gig for the price of the 256 gig, and they also doubled my RAM. So if you are planning on buying this, you haven't bought yet, go to the Samsung website. No affiliate link, but that is the best place to get the best deals. So let's get right into this. A little crusty here, but we have these pull tabs to get of course. So we have these pull tabs we need to get rid of, or to try and get rid of here. There we go. And even though I didn't pull off the other pull tab, that gets the job done. A little bit gruesome there, but okay. So I have never used an Ultra Samsung before, not even a joke. I've only used their folding phones. And here is the S23 Ultra. Feels pretty nice. Ooh, that green. Looking good. Look at that. There it goes. So video will be uploaded in HDR quality, so you can see that in beautiful HDR. Looks decent, but got a case, so it's going to be on the case. I'll put the case on here. Yeah, looks pretty good. In the hands, I can reach both sides. Problem with the iPhones, the Pro Maxes, is they're so like bulky and it's just so hard to hold. Is there anything else in the box? No? Okay, there's nothing else in the box. So there's not much else to do other than turn this guy on. We need to recheck the box because, like, do they not provide charging cables? Hold up a second. Okay, maybe it's the top. Here we go. So there is the charging cable. I was wondering why there's a Samsung app here. So pull this off here, and we have the usual, the SIM ejector tool, charging cable. There is no charging brick in the box if you're wondering. When the Fold 3 came out, they gave you a free charging brick for, like, if you bought it from their website, but they're not doing that promotion with the S23 Ultra. So I was trying to keep this plastic on for when I get my screen protector, so it's an easy installation, but they that sounded weird, but they do require you remove this. So here's the phone right here. Looks pretty good. Slightly curved at the edges. So as someone who bends over to Apple, not literally, okay, Tim Cook isn't, you know, but it does look pretty good. My personal iPhone is the 14 Plus. So the Samsung S23 Ultra is slightly taller. Let's have a look. Is it wider? It is slightly less wide actually, so that's good. And it's a lot less bulky. iPhone is actually hard to hold in the hands and it kind of hurts. As far as weight goes, the S23 Ultra is a little bit heavier. I don't have the 14 Pro Max because I sold it. It was such a terrible phone. Seriously. So let's have a look here. So this is the setup screen. We have the 120Hz panel, it feels like. I'll do a quick setup. Agree to all of those. Let's agree here. Setup using another device. Interesting. Let's have a look at this. I've never done this before. So let's do iPhone or iPad. And I thought it was going to transfer the Wi-Fi network. I guess it didn't. So we'll connect to a network here. With the folds, the reason why I never kept them is because they released a new Android update. And it just broke the phone. Like, not even a joke. Turned it in like an iPhone 6. And you don't want to have a phone which is like an iPhone 6. The reason why I got the S23 Ultra here, if you're wondering, like, why is this Apple bend over using Samsung suddenly? I was like in a trip out and then I was trying to zoom in to stuff, and the iPhone 14 Plus is such a terrible camera, right? The 14 Pro would be much better. And you look at the Samsung, you have the 10 times zoom, you can zoom up to 100 times, and that is almost certainly a lot better for taking pictures. So I'll probably duo these phones. And the reason why I duo these phones is because I do have an Apple Watch, so it's hard to like leave the Apple wall garden. service provider setup. Of course, let's restart. I'm just gonna cut this. Real quick, let's have a look at this S Pen. Ooh, that feels good. Makes a nice clicking sound. Can we take out the pen? Okay. Couldn't connect to your S Pen. That is just marvelous. It does work though. Interesting. So I have used the S Pen for the Fold series. Feels like I could probably use my fingers to snap this in half. But it's pretty, I don't know why I find that amusing, but it is pretty okay. Just doesn't, I feel like it's bending when I'm doing this. Like I'm putting pressure on both fingers. Yeah, it does feel pretty good. I mean, you can live with it. It's not the most ideal, but okay. And you can tap the screen with it as well. I'm curious, can you put the S Pen in the wrong way? So I'm going to put it in the wrong way intentionally now. And you can, that's good. So I once bought an old iPhone 3GS and I put the SIM card slot in the wrong way. Don't ask how that happened. And it went in, but you couldn't take it back out. Thank you, Apple. Great design. Okay, the phone is 13 years old, but that was a little shocker. So I asked to transfer the data from my iPhone and it's doing this, so I guess we'll have to enter that in. Shout out to Google two-factor authentication for stopping the recording from my camera, but we are now logging in. So I do wonder why the Ultra, whatever, cannot just, you know, look up my iPhone and use the Google accounts there. But oh well. Connect to a mobile network, we're not going to do that. I need to find a SIM card for this. I'll find a SIM card. Copy apps and data. So that's really weird. I've asked to transfer data from my iPhone 2 times already. Literally, you've seen it on video, and it just hasn't touched my iPhone. That is very weird. Now it's asking for this. So let's try for the third time. Smart switch. Let's allow this. And connect to the iPhone or iPad. Ooh, and they want you to use an adapter. Yes. Okay, we're not transferring any data today. Let's get out of here. Next. Crazy. Okay, so you need to have a USB-C to Lightning cable. I have one, but like under a mountain. So it asked me, like, let me try and transfer the data twice, and then when I needed to, it never did. So we're going to select this, accept. And search engine. They're adding AI to Bing, but they put it above Google. Google #1. Well, maybe the AI of Bing will be #1. Protect your phone. I'm going to factory set this right after. Just need to make some videos on the setup screen. Yep, I'll definitely get started with Google Assistant. Not gonna lie with you guys, I just don't think I've ever used an assistant on my iPhone. Like Siri is useless. Google's also useless. I'd rather just open the app and do the thing manually. I'm going to skip the Samsung services because, again, I'm going to factory reset the phone right after. We are all set up. So the reason I'm looking forward to this phone is because apparently they've made the animations a lot smoother. And it looks like they have made it a lot smoother. Yeah, okay. So the real test for this, I'm going to go to the display, motion smoothness, and I'm going to set it to 60 Hertz. So this is meant to be like laggy. Let's put the settings on the home screen here, and I'll be the judge of this. So the iPhone 14 Plus in 2023 uses the slower 60 Hertz screen. Okay, let's not restart. And see, okay, we're going to restart anyway, you know. Okay, let's try this again. iPhone here. I say Google, no, Samsung here. Okie dokie, so the animations actually look, hold up. Okay, so the animations actually look smoother on the Samsung. That's crazy, okay. Wow. Like, at 60 Hertz, this is meant to look garbage. But, yeah, looks alright. It actually looks alright. That's crazy. Wow. The swiping animations Not, yeah, I'm not sure about that. Yes, it's definitely less smooth when you swipe around, but opening up the apps, yeah, they've definitely improved that. Now that's not the reason why I bought this phone. I bought it for the for the camera. So we have 1x. Okay, so I'll get my iPhone here. Curious about this. Oh, I only have 2 zooms because of course that's the. Yeah, so it's a lot smoother to zoom in and out on the iPhone. But I mean, that's not really a deal breaker, is it? So the 10x, and we have the 1x. So I wonder which camera is better. Let me know. Is it the 10x one or the 1x one? I'm not sure. So look at the video modes. So we have 8K at 30, and I was going to use that. But the real question is 4K 60. Can we add the HDR onto that? So let's have a look. Advanced video options. No way. They don't talk. Oh, please tell me. Yo, let's go. No reviews talking about this. This is the first Samsung to get 4K HDR 60 FPS video. The first Samsung. That is excellent. No one's spoken about this yet. So every Samsung I've used has been capped at 1080p 30 with the HDR, and they finally give the 4K. Let's go. You never know, this could be the phone I use to record videos. Let's have a look at this. So if I start recording, okay, maybe it won't be. So the lens you use to start the recording is the lens you have to keep on using. Yeah, so that's not ideal, I'll be honest. I already have like a camera which, you know, is probably better than this. Truthfully, it's the Sony Xperia Pro I. Nothing beats the Sony Xperia Pro I, because like the camera is so good, you have to use active cooling. Did you heard that correctly? Like you have to use active cooling, otherwise it will overheat. Like that's how good the camera is, because it's overheats the phone. I don't believe that would happen with Samsung. They never release stuff that does that. So there was meant to be a cinematic mode. Where is the cinematic mode? Was that Google? Must have been Google. Okay, so Google released the cinematic mode and I thought it was Samsung. Excellent. So first impressions aren't negative. Camera, I'm looking forward to. The display looks excellent. Stuff like that looks excellent. Good storage on the device. I'm going to try and set up iMessage and FaceTime, test that out. That would be big if I get that working. There's like an app called AirMessage which does that. Hopefully it allows for read receipts. That was the problem when I tried that a year ago. And okay, I still have to carry around one of these in my pocket because of the Apple Watch. But yeah, maybe I could always buy a Google Watch. You never know. So shout out to everyone who's watched this far. I'll have videos out on this phone in an hour and plus. So lots of videos coming out. Bye bye.